Sanjay Shastri, these numbers seem to be very encouraging. So if this is true, then it would be a stupendous performance for the NDA. India Alliance getting 125 to 140, other parties 42 to 52 as per our projections. But today we saw a very interesting show of strength by the India Alliance. All opposition leaders, barring Mamata Banerjee, were in town. They had a long meeting. After that, you had Mallikarjun Kharge coming out and saying, we will win 295 plus. Yes, Hardeep Puri right now is saying, Mungeri Lal ke sunehre sapne, Congress is hopeful of getting 300 seats when they are fighting 328. Even if their strike rate is 80%, then also they won't get 300 seats. But where do you think the Congress and the India Alliance is getting its confidence from?
Parikshit, if these numbers hold, I really don't know from where, getting 300 out of a total seats for the Congress when they contested 328, it's a bit of a far-fetched, prediction. But by and large, I think if the exit poll numbers hold, then I think there are some serious implications for the India Alliance. I do not think these numbers actually reflect the kind of, the show of strength that the alliance is showing today. And 295 seats is, given the trends that we are seeing in the exit polls, is going to be a bit of a far-fetched stretch. I think quite clearly there were two things that were hampering the alliance right from the beginning. And one is that, an alliance makes sense on paper, on arithmetic, it may make sense, but then for an alliance to work in Indian politics, you need chemistry. You need really to have the local level cadres, the karyakartas, the voters on the ground to actually be on board. Now, that is where the chemistry aspect comes in. And I think that's where the India Alliance has sort of, ignored the aspect of chemistry, that while an alliance may make sense in terms of arithmetic, on ground, the exit polls data show that the chemistry worked very differently. Second is, I think, the lack of a vision, that when you're facing an opponent like the BJP, which has a clear vision and ideological rooting, what is the alternative ideological rooting? What is the alternate vision that the India Alliance is sort of presenting to the voter? And I think having just a one single point agenda of having Modi out, I don't think that's going to work. And I think the exit poll numbers clearly show. So I think post June 4th, if these numbers hold, then I think there's some serious introspection needs to be done amongst the India Alliance partners to really formulate the strategy for, if you're looking at 2029 as the horizon.
All right. Niranjan Babu, if I were to ask you, where do you think, which are the states where you expect, as per these polls, it seems that they will gain in UP, they will retain their vote share in Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, also make some gains in South India. Do you think it is the strategy South Zone, plan South Zone for the NDA, which has worked this time around?
Actually, for NDA, it's like they plan to win a complete in South Zone, but it's South in the sense like Tamil Nadu and Kerala and Andhra Pradesh, except Karnataka. I can say like most of the states are anti-BJP. So that's one. That's the one reason. Since if you look into the data of I'm not giving my analysis, and I'm just giving the analysis from the media perspective. Okay, like what we are looking into the news and what we are hearing about. Okay, so as a people's voice is the last 5 years, how many times Narendra Modi visited to Tamil Nadu is something completely. The data is last 5 months he visited to Tamil Nadu is very much higher. That's one thing. People are expecting him to visit when the problem is arise from the state. So people are expecting Prime Minister to come for some other thing, not for election purpose. That is one thing. The main drawback for NDA. Other than that, under the leadership of Narendra Modi, so he is driving the nation, and some of its more states like Maharashtra and UP in a positive way. But for the India Alliance, they as Sanjay told, to beat 2 times Prime Minister, we need the Congress need a clear plan and picture. Okay, it's not easy to beat up a leader without any strategic plan or vision or what you are focusing on, like what type of voters you are focusing on. Like if it's a woman voters, like what you're going to give to women voters. If it is a youth voters, what important like a job, like education, like what type of thing like you're going to give to them. That's how there is no such thing. They're not given in a clear vision, but NDA has did it in a very clear thing. So that is like, and one more thing is like Rahul Gandhi and Congress leadership, they are not that much, what I can say, like yesterday also, like they were informing that we are not participating in exit poll, but now they are telling that they will participate. That is their party's leadership, but they are not that much confident to on that election. I can say like this from the thing. So if they are very much confident in the sense like they can go for anything without like they can go for under the leadership of Narendra Modi or Rahul Gandhi, they can beat any person. So they need a strategic plan. Like without simply a number cannot able to beat BJP.
Charu, you wanted to come in. 355 to 370 for the NDA, 125 to 140 for the India Alliance, 42 to 52 for others. This is the nationwide projections. As per this projection, it seems that the NDA is making gains in states like West Bengal as well, and making gains in Kerala and Tamil Nadu, where it has not won traditionally. The biggest gain in South India coming from places like Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, which is really adding to their tally. Let me ask you, Charu, do you feel that if you were to win, it would be the strategy in UP, West Bengal and the South Zone which has actually paid off? And to be specific, Telangana and Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh.
Parikshit, we've worked very hard on the ground, and even in the Telangana state elections, we saw our vote share getting doubled. And this has happened only because of consistent work on ground and understanding what the people need, making sure that pilferages stop, making sure that every single policy reaches every last home in this country. On a lighter note, what I wanted to say was that the exit polls speak in glowing terms for the NDA, but all we needed to do today was to look at the video which came out from the Indy non-alliance meeting. Look at the expressions of all those leaders. They don't look like they're expecting even the kind of numbers you're projecting here. That is a fact. Also, their whole stance of not participating in debates and then changing their mind about it, even at this last minute, shows to the people of the country that they are not sure what they want. They are a motley group of leaders who couldn't even come up with a combined manifesto. And I think that is something that I had been looking out for all the way from the day when they had announced the INDIA, the name. They said we're going to come up with a combined manifesto. They couldn't manage to do that in all these months. Literally, they had a whole year to themselves and they couldn't even give a combined manifesto. In fact, many of the points in their respective manifestos are at loggerheads with each other. Another thing here is that when we talk about BJP gaining in certain states, I think it is also done with examples of good work from other states. That goes a really long way. Also, recently, the opposition has lost the plot in certain matters in certain states. In West Bengal, Sandesh Khali has hit out at the TMC greatly. Women's safety is not something that can be taken lightly. And Mamata Banerjee, the government has shown that that was an incident they continue to take lightly. The fact that we have ticked off many points on our previous manifestos have helped cement our position again this time, because now everybody in the country knows that if Modi ji says something, his word is his guarantee. If he commits to something, he's going to deliver. This is not a government which is going to inaugurate a project. This is a government which will make sure that the project is both inaugurated and delivered in record time.
All right, let's get our viewers a recap of UP, Maharashtra and some other key states. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put those numbers up on our screens. We're getting an all-India tally first, 350 to 370 for the NDA at a nationwide level out of 543 seats. Let me start with Uttar Pradesh first, a crucial battleground, 80 seats, very crucial to the victory of any alliance or party. Here, the NDA is expected to win 68 to 71. Sanjeev Balyan of the BJP, a union minister of state actually, he said that they will win more than 64 to 65 seats for sure. India Alliance will get 9 to 12 in UP. So we will also have the Samajwadi Party spokesperson. Let's talk about Bihar now. NDA, this was an experiment to get Nitish Kumar back on. Many were questioning how he's been a political opportunist and will this alliance really work? But as per the projections, it has 31 to 34 for the NDA in Bihar, 6 to 9 for the India Alliance. In West Bengal, fierce fight between the TMC, the BJP, 21 to 24. So the BJP, which won 18, making gains this time as per our projections. TMC 18 to 21. Now this is out of a total 42 seats. And what violence we've seen in West Bengal today in at least 4 to 5 constituencies. Let's also speak about a nationwide number, 355 to 370 for the NDA. The India Alliance, 125. Okay, we're getting those West Bengal numbers. Yes, I was speaking about the nationwide picture, 355 to 370 for the NDA, 125 to 140 for the India Alliance, 42 to 52 for other parties, 543 is the total prize that we have here. Let me go across to Shashank Shukla of the Samajwadi Party. Can we go across to him? All right, Shashank Shukla, thank you very much for joining us. How do you see the performance of the opposition in UP, these numbers that are coming in? And let me recap UP numbers right now for you. It's important to give the UP numbers once again for our viewers tuning in. 80 seats, NDA getting 68 to 71, India Alliance 9 to 12. Who do you think will be the big gainers in the India Alliance in these seats?
So, with all due respect, I would like to. I was in another channel and like CNBC, the Hindi version of your channel, and the thing that I pointed out that this survey is based on a sample size of just 90,000 voters, 90,000, right, which is 0.00018%, right, which is hardly, and I put emphasis on that, representative of any statistically significant survey. And since I am a student of statistics, I summarily would like to reject these numbers because one of the things that, apart from sampling bias, that is evidently there in this particular poll, because when I questioned on the methodology, they were short of answers, right? So my submission is that this election has been fought by the public. As much as political parties in the India Alliance fought it, the public fought this election on issues which are relevant to the public. In the context of Uttar Pradesh, that was the paper leaks that keep happening. It is the animals, the cows, the bulls that are in every farmer's lands, eating away whatever their hard work. Then there is inflation. Every woman, every household is affected by it. And the Dalit voters and the backward class voters were particularly affected by the sense that if BJP gets to a majority for the third time, then the constitution is in danger. So these aspects, I believe, has really affected the BJP numbers. And your numbers, I say with all due respect, is not representative of the sentiment that is prevalent on the ground.
Okay, so if these projections are not correct, how many seats do you expect, Dr. Shukla, in Uttar Pradesh for the opposition? So
I am estimating, and this is based on we in the party, we had our own methodology, which we kind of carried out our own surveys. We spoke to our political workers. We are expecting between, I would say, easily 50 plus seats. And as our leader, Akhilesh ji said, our national president, that even Kyoto, which is an acronym for Varanasi, is in danger. So I think 50 plus can extend
wants to respond to you.
whatever number, including Kyoto.
She's vigorously saying no. Charu?
Thank you very much. So last I checked, Akhilesh ji yesterday said that Indy Non-Alliance is getting 35 seats in Uttar Pradesh. He changed that number to 25 seats today. So that's a loss of 10 seats per day. I'm expecting it to be 15 tomorrow and down right to 0 by the time 4th comes around. I'm only quoting your leader back to you. So this is nothing personal. See, the fact is that if you call one survey wrong, I would still say that maybe there is some scope. But every single exit poll conducted by literally anyone in the country, which is not a political organization, is showing this mega win for the NDA. And now if you want to point out to the Constitution and say the Constitution is in danger, let me remind you that it is our Constitution which gives the right to the people to choose their own government. So how repeatedly can you say the people's choice is wrong? That's where I disagree with you. I think here is where politics needs to be better and politicians need to be bigger in heart. The mandate of the people is never wrong.
Okay.
Just one submission.
All right, let me get in Ninad Seth right now. Ninad, I'd like to speak about Karnataka numbers. Yes, please, Dr. Shukla.
Yeah, Charuji, just a small thing, right? I am not disputing the public or the constitution. I am disputing the Indian media, number one, which is ranked 161 out of 181 in media fairness and transparency. And secondly, I am questioning the methodology of the surveys, right? Because this election, as I would like to underline and emphasize, is not fought by political parties as much as the people fought it. And that undercurrent will be visible only on the 4th. Please mark my words. I think you and I will also be there on the 4th, right? Let's check our numbers, right? Who's right on the 4th? Please mark my number, right? 50 plus going up to Kyoto.
Okay. All right. So very confident Samajwadi Party. But Ninad, speaking about Karnataka, and if we can pull the Karnataka numbers on our screen just for a moment. In Karnataka, out of the 28 seats, where the BJP had been a big gainer last time in 2019, they are projected to win 23 to 26 seats, somewhat similar to what they won last time around. And for others, and India Alliance, it could be 3 to 7. Ninad, do you agree with these numbers? Because there was some concern whether the BJP could retain its seat tally in Karnataka. One, because yes, there was this Prajwal Rebana issue. You've got a strong chief minister. You've got the 5 guarantees of the Congress, which have been popular among voters. Yes, the choice of candidates was a bit of an issue in the Congress. But do you feel that the Congress tally here could be higher? And this is one state where the numbers could be different?
There is always a possibility in an exit poll, but I don't think that may happen. I'll tell you why. In Karnataka, there is, actually it's nationwide. You know, this election was fought by an electorate which is an expectant electorate. Bear in mind, this is the 3rd consecutive single-party majority coming. Now, if that
just
happens,
coming to you. Thank you so much for waiting patiently. I'll just come with you. Yes, continue, Ninad Seth.
As your channel had itself said that this has been a quiet election. It was very quiet also in Karnataka before the Prajwal thing happened. His surrender, I think, has made a difference. But there are 3 things which are from Karnataka but nationwide. After 2 consecutive elections, if there is a quiet election, if there is not much noise, if there is a lower turnout, and that's lower turnout, where a huge halabulla was made of the lower turnout, it appears that it hurt the opposition. That the opposition cadre decided that they had just no hope of winning because everything was going all right. So to me, the really important fact, and for a business channel, interesting fact, is that after 2 elections in an expectant electorate, it goes quiet. So the quietness, I think, registered, that the business as usual was pleasing them, that things were reaching them. And I think the big mandate also gives you a big runway going forward for reforms. So bear in mind that this is an endorsement of 2 consecutive terms. This is also an endorsement, this is also a rejection of one big mistake, in my opinion, which the opposition made, making Modi once again front and center. And Modi says, okay, here I am, deal with it. And I think that the opposition's third biggest mistake was scaremongering. Constitution is in trouble if I am losing. Scaremongering, was a huge problem, and scaremongering has been rejected by the voters. Lastly, I would say that everybody had said that Ram Mandir has run its course. It has not run its course. India is comfortable in its Hindu skin, and that is one message which is coming through loud and clear from the exit poll.